Que sera, sera, whatever will be, will be. The future's not ours to see. Que sera, sera, what will be, will be. Goes the famous song which was released way back in 1956. Now, I have remade this song like this. Okay, Sarah, 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 whatever will be, will be. The power of positive thinking is what you should be learning. Hello everybody, I'm Archana Sampat, and as my song goes, I'm here to talk to you about the power of positive thinking. Well, I'm not a certified philosopher, a psychologist, or a motivational speaker. But I'm a person who believes and who loves to have one hot cup of positive thought every day morning. What are these positive thoughts and where do they come from? I heard a talk by Sadhguru where he says that everything that we think comes from our mind. And our mind is the most complex computer on this planet. He further added that this mind of ours doesn't know to divide or subtract. It only knows to multiply and add. The math teachers will not agree to what I'm saying, but he made the audience do a small exercise where he asked them not to think about monkeys for the next few seconds. I don't know about others, but yes, I did think about monkeys. Now let me tell you another small example which I'm sure all of us would have experienced at least once in our life. And that is, if a small child is standing up the stairs and trying to climb down on its own, what is your reflex action? You will run to the child and say, "Stop!" You will fall. Instead, try saying, "Be careful, I'm down here waiting for you." In the former case, "Stop, you will fall," that will get multiplied. You will fall, and the child might tend to fall. But in the latter case, "Wait, I'm here waiting for you," that will boost the morale of the child and the child will climb down the stairs very nicely. Now, positive thinking isn't about expecting the best to happen every time. Instead, they accept whatever has happened for the good for that particular moment. Telling about this, I remember a very nice old story. The story is about a king who had a minister who believed in positive thinking, and he was a person who accepted that whatever happens, happens for the good and for that particular moment. The king one day decides to go out hunting, and as usual, the minister accompanies him. So the minister, the king, and a few guards go out into the forest for hunting. They go a little further into the forest, and unfortunately, the king falls off the horse and his little finger gets cut off. The king is in great pain. The minister and the guards run hither and yon and get some first aid for the king. The king, in his grief, calls for the minister and tells, "My dear minister, tell me, here what has happened for the good." The minister just smiles and says, "My dear king, be grateful and thankful that only your little finger got cut. Your hand is safe. You are safe." The king gets furious. He calls for the guards and asks them to throw the minister into the prison and give him 100 lashes. The minister just smiles and walks away with the guards. Now, the king and the remaining guards continue with their hunting spree. The king, lost in his thoughts, his pain, his grief, goes further into the forest, deep inside the forest, without realizing that he has got lost or got separated from the guards. And he goes further into the forest, deep inside the forest, where there is a tribal group who believes in human sacrifice. And they were just too happy to get royal blood. After a few rituals, they tie up the king and asks him to say his final prayers. The king joins the hands for the prayer, and the tribal person notices that the king doesn't have a little finger, and it is believed that people with deformities are not accepted as sacrifice. They let the king free. The king is happy. He jumps onto his horse and somehow finds way back to his kingdom. He calls for the guards and asks them to bring the minister to the court. The minister is bleeding and he is in pain. The king hugs the minister and narrates what has happened with him. And then he again asks the minister, "Now, my dear minister, tell me, what has happened for the good for me. But what about you? You had to undergo all this pain and suffering." Though in pain, the minister just smiles and says, "My lord, if I would have been with you, you would be set free, but I would have been their human sacrifice." So my dear friends, this is what I have to say. Accept whatever has happened for the good for that particular moment. Talking about positive thoughts, you should read so many books. You can listen to the articles, you can listen to the talks by famous speakers on YouTube or in any other channels. I came across a book, The Power of Positive Thinking, written by Norman Vincent, where he says, people who have these positive thoughts attain their goals faster in life. They believe in what they do is for the best. They believe in what they are. They accept what they are and expect the best to happen. But yes, not every time, but still they accept whatever has happened for the good. And this will help us improve our personal and professional relationships in our life. So my dear friends, simply end your day with this mantra. No matter how hard things were today, tomorrow you can start afresh with a fresh thought, a positive thought, and you will have great opportunities awaiting you. So just get up, gear up, get charged, and climb the ladder of success with one positive thought every day. Thank you.